Hello everyone, this is Margarita. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I wanted to continue with the second part of using this scrapbooking kit that I began in my last video. And if you haven't seen that, you will find that in the description box of this video. But for this one, for part 2, I'm going to continue using this kit by creating an album. And I've cut down a bunch of papers to size 4 inches by 12 inches. I left the 12 inches intact, of course, and then I folded them all in half. So I'd have 4 by 6 sized papers. And now I'm cutting some chipboard to a size that is 1/4 inch bigger than the page sizes, so that they will wrap around the pages nicely. And once I've done my cover and my spine, I'm going to choose a piece of paper to cover my spine and attach my front and back covers. So here I am gluing my spine to this piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to glue the covers to that piece of paper as well on the left and right side, leaving about I want to say like 1/16 of an inch in between the chipboard pieces. Now this chipboard is pretty thin, so I was able to cut it in my paper trimmer just the way I do with all of my other papers. And I'm using regular white glue. And I'm going to make sure that's nice and even, and then once it is dry, I'm gonna add some folds to both sides, the front and back cover, to make sure that I crease those folds of the spine and cover nicely. And just want to make sure that it's nice and straight. I do not want a crooked album. And this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to add another piece of here. This is what it's going to be looking like. I do start out with 4 signatures, but then I minimize that to only 2. So I do combine the pages to make only 2 signatures. And here I am adding another piece of cardstock to the inside of the spine. And so I have really good support on both the inside and outside of those folds, just to make sure that, you know, my album's gonna last. I want to document some of my fall memories from this year with my children in here. And I do like to make a fall album every year for photos. We do love fall, and we like to do fall events. And then I like to capture and then keep those memories in little albums. So I've measured 2 dots from the top of the spine and the bottom of the spine, so that I can punch some holes. And then from these holes, I'm going to attach some elastic. That elastic is going to hold both signatures in place. I am adding this little half notch circle, whatever, half circle notch to the top and bottom of the booklets in the center fold, because the elastic is going to sit nicely in those notches, and my booklet's not going to slide around, and it's not going to slip out at any point in time when I either display or put my album away. So here you can see I have only 2 signatures at the end, and I'm going to take some metal eyelets from my stash that coordinate, and my crocodile. This is what I've been using to both punch my holes, and I'm going to use the other setting for the eyelets. Sorry, this is kind of a really quick tutorial, but I realize that my longer videos don't get as many views, so I'm assuming you guys don't want to watch for too long, so I'm trying to get it all in here in a decent amount of time. I'm going to grab some elastic. This is a thinner elastic, and I measured 4 times the height of the spine, if that makes sense, but I tried to show a little demonstration there. I'm going to thread my elastic from the inside to the outside, and then to the hole next to it. And now I'm going to extend it down to the other hole from the inside to the outside again. And then from the outside of the hole next to it to the inside. And then I'm going to tie these two ends in place. As I tie it, I do pull on my elastic. I want to make sure it's going to be nice and tight, because if it's too loose, then it's not going to hold my signature as well. So I want to make sure that there is some resistance there, and in order to get that nice firm resistance, I do have to pull on the elastic as I'm tying it. I do my 3 knots as I usually do, and then I'm going to cut the extra string. And now that that is all complete, I'm going to slide my signatures, right? I'm going to open them to the center, make sure that they are right side up, and I'm going to slide those into the elastic. So this is a similar style to a traveler's journal or a traveler's journal cover. And then and then I grabbed this cut apart from one of the sheets in the kit as well, and I'm going to use this as my cover. It's got this nice pickup truck with some pumpkins and falling leaves, and I'm gluing that again with the regular white glue. And this is how my album is looking. Now I'm going to add a pocket to the inside cover, or to the inside of the front cover. I always love to add pockets and flip pages and tuck spots, because I like to save, along with my photos, I like to save tickets and receipts and just little mementos from wherever it is that we went to. And these pockets and tuck spots are perfect for that. So I've cut a piece of paper down to a size that is going to fit on the inside of that front cover. And I've folded the sides 1/2 inch on each side, left and right. And I didn't have enough space at the bottom of that paper to fold it from the bottom as well. So I just grabbed another piece of paper and cut that to, I want to say it's 2 inches. It might be 1.5 inches, and then I folded it in the middle. The size doesn't really matter as long as it's enough to hold your contents. You know, you don't want it to be too small. And then I'm going to close that in. So I'm going to add some glue to glue in the bottom flap to the 2 side flaps. Now, if you do follow along with my tutorials, let me know if this is too fast, because I normally go slower and make my videos a little bit longer. But like I said, I've noticed that longer videos don't get as many, not as many views, but the overall average time that viewers are watching the actual video is much shorter than the video is. So I figured you guys probably don't want to see a longer video. And so this is why I'm trying to make my videos a little bit shorter, although I feel like there's still a lot to explain. But anyway, here we go. I added some blending to the edges so it matches the outside of the album. And now I'm gluing my pocket in place. I also added a little notch on the top of the pocket. It makes it easier to insert and take things out of the pocket. And now I'm taking the sticker sheet that came with the kit, and I'm adding embellishments throughout the album. So on the cover, I'm adding some leaves. And then I'm going to go through and add stickers to the inside of the album as well. I'm not going to add stickers to every single page, but I will add to most of them. So the first page there had a title. This one's going to say Autumn. And I really do love this kit. I love the colors so much. My house is decorated with the same similar colors, with orange and green and gold. And I just love these colors. So I'm just going to continue to add little stickers for detail. And then when it's time for me to add my photos, I will probably add some more stickers or use the scrap papers to add little flags or maybe some bunting or some 3D effects depending on what the picture is about, or I try to keep it with a theme. Maybe I'll add some felt pumpkin shapes or leaves, things like that. I also sometimes like to come back and add some shimmer with maybe a shimmer pen or some glitter and glue. I might add some stickles to add dimension and, you know, just a little bit more detail and interest to the pages. For example, these trees on this right page could use, maybe a few of them could use some like white details, some white lines or dots or glitter. Some of the pumpkins could probably use some gloss, you know, to look shiny and give them some dimension. And then of course I'll probably add, like I mentioned before, some pockets or some more flip pages. It also increases the amount of photographs that you can put in your album when you do that. For here I'm adding the word fall. I'm curious to know out there, do you guys prefer calling it fall or autumn? I think I always say fall. And then I forget that the word autumn exists. But I feel like the correct word is autumn. Obviously I could be wrong, and it's probably just an entirely preferential thing. But I do tend to call it fall. And that is going to complete all the stickers. Here is my flip through. This is what it looks like. I think it came out really cute. I'm excited to add photos to it. If you guys want to see that process, let me know and I can film that as well. I do tend to fill albums and then I don't film them, so I forget to share that, but I would definitely film it if anyone is interested. And yeah, I thought that was a super easy little album that anybody could make and with simple supplies. I hope you enjoyed that. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. That helps my channel so much. See you next time.